I'll pass it on to you, David. You've put together some really helpful bullet points here. And I think this is an overlooked topic, as simple as it is, but the importance of including an FAQ section on your membership site's pricing and plans page. So if it's okay with you, David, may I pass things over?
Yeah, absolutely. So a relatively simple tip of the week here, but we noticed that, on a lot of membership and directory sites, the pricing pages or anywhere else on the website, they tend to be missing an FAQ section. An FAQ section has tons of benefits, can certainly help increase your conversions, get some of your prospective members across the finish line. There's tons of benefits to it, which we'll cover. And at the end, we'll also give you some action items you can take and implement on your website immediately. So if there's anything that, any improvements to be made to your own pricing pages, by adding an FAQ or maybe even improving your existing FAQ, that should all be relatively simple and easy to do after the end of this webinar. So moving right on into the drawbacks of not having an FAQ section. Some of these might be pretty obvious to some of us. Lack of transparency. This isn't the case for everybody, but some prospective members, when they come to our pricing page, if our pricing page is really slimmed down and condensed, we've made sure to keep everything pretty simple on there. They might have some additional questions that weren't answered in the information that we do provide on the pricing page, and they might view that lack of additional information as lack of transparency. It might raise additional questions or concerns for them. So overall, we do want to keep our pricing page as simple and understandable as possible, but we definitely want to make sure that we're providing all of the pertinent information that would be necessary to try to get our prospective members, the folks who have landed on our pricing page, to actually click that sign up button. Confusion, users misinterpreting pricing or features leading to misunderstandings. This can really come into play if we're listing every single feature and benefit that is provided with every membership plan that we offer, especially if we have maybe several different membership plans available. If we're providing all of these details, there might be an opportunity to streamline some of that, but expand on some of the important details in an additional FAQ section. Increased support burden. If we're limiting the information that we're sharing on our pricing page, and especially if we're noticing similar questions constantly coming in from prospective members, we can get ahead of the ball and address some of those questions or even potential concerns directly on the pricing page so that we're spending less time answering the same questions over and over again, whether that's through email or on the phone or live chat, however you're providing some level of support. But it also saves time for our prospective members when they're able to get their answers as soon as possible. Lost sales, users abandoning the sign up due to unanswered questions. Again, we want to keep the pricing page and the details as simple as possible and as understandable as possible. We don't want users to get lost or confused, but we want to give them as much information as would be necessary, especially if there's common questions or concerns that might be coming up as people are coming to our pricing page. Especially if we're offering paid membership plans, there might be a lot of billing related questions that people want answers to before they actually commit and hand their money over to you. So we want to address those things and get ahead of the curve there on the pricing page. Missed upselling opportunities also. If we've really streamlined our pricing page, or if we've included so many details on the pricing page that it becomes difficult to comprehend, it might end up leading to prospective members not truly understanding the value of our premium membership plans. And so having an FAQ to expand on some of those details, why our premium plans are more beneficial than our basic or our free plans, we might end up be missing out on some opportunities to users to sign up for our premium plans rather than signing up for free or for our lower tiered plans. So the FAQ section really provides us an additional section and an additional area to provide more details to our prospective members and hopefully limit any questions that they might have before signing up. Because if they're already on our pricing page or our join page, they're probably interested in signing up. We want to do everything we can to make sure they sign up immediately so that they don't leave the page, have to wait for a response from us if they send us an email asking a question. And in that time, they might end up changing their mind. We want to do everything we can to get them across that finish line as soon as possible.
And yeah, there's something unmentioned here. This is a good list. There's a percentage of people who will contact you with follow-up questions, but then there's a group of people who, if they don't see the answer they're looking for on your site, they're not going to even bother to contact you. It's already end game in their head. So that's where the lost sales come in, is just people abandon your site altogether. So the FAQ is just another way to build confidence in them knowing that you're there to help address their needs and their doubts that they may have. And the flip side of this, I'll let you take over here, David, but the benefits of having an FAQ section on your site.
Going into some more specific benefits of actually having an FAQ section on the pricing page, sales support, making it more easy to understand what exactly it is our website is offering, reducing any ambiguity there might be, especially on pricing pages when we have multiple membership plans. Typically with each plan, we're just providing bullet points of the primary benefits that come with each plan. So we might be able to expand on some of those primary features and benefits for each plan in an FAQ section, rather than making our comparison chart or table of our membership plans more complex and more difficult to understand. So if we can provide additional details in an understandable way, that can certainly help increase our member signups. Time efficiency, like we mentioned in the previous slide, reducing the need for potential members to reach out to us. It doesn't just save us time because we're no longer having to answer the same questions over and over again, but it also saves the prospective members time, because if they have a question in mind like, what happens if I sign up for a paid plan and I decide it's not working out and I want to cancel? If you address that concern right on the pricing page in the FAQ section, that can help provide them some clarity and give them the answer immediately so that they can click that sign up button. This all goes into boosting conversions. Really, the main thing with the FAQ section is just reducing the level of uncertainty that prospective members might have when they come to the pricing page. They might have a general idea of what's provided with all of our membership plans and overall the benefits that they might get out of joining the website, but they might have just one or two additional questions that are preventing them from actually signing up in that moment. So we want to address those as soon as possible. Trust building, we've talked about this in a lot of previous webinars, the importance of building trust, not just with our current members, but also with our prospective members, because we want to continuously grow our community. We need to keep bringing people in the door. And so by being as transparent as possible on the pricing page, especially when it comes to those billing concerns or potential billing concerns, that certainly helps to build trust with these prospective members and might help give them more confidence in trusting us and signing up to our community. And lastly here, competitor differentiation. You might not have too many competitors, especially if you're in a really specific niche, but if you have a broader directory or you do happen to have similar websites out there, providing an FAQ section gives you an ability to highlight the unique aspects of your offerings, but also if you keep getting people coming to you asking, well, I see this website out here which seems similar to yours. What's the difference? Why should I sign up for your website rather than this other website? Maybe you want to address that head on in the FAQ section.
That last point there, David, competitor differentiation. That's the thing. One of your FAQs, it doesn't have to all be about account management, like how do I refund, how do I upgrade? You can say like, I'm already listed on Yelp. Why do I need to be on this site as well? Like for local business websites, and you give them the reason of why they should be on your more specific search website for a certain region. Also, in these FAQ questions and answers, you can define a voice for your brand. They can be playful. They don't have to be very clinical and sterile. You can keep it professional, but if your brand has a certain tone or persona, that can further be illustrated in the way you write your FAQ sections. They could be friendly and chummy, again, eliminating doubts and fears and uncertainties, as David said, on the sign up page, on your pricing and plans page. So definitely there's a lot of opportunity with including an FAQ section there, not only eliminating doubts, fears, and uncertainties, but setting the tone for how your brand interacts and engages with customers from the start and then moving forward as well. And with that, here are some examples of FAQs, and kind of did some research on, membership websites, local business directories. Those are the more common use cases with Brilliant Directories. So here are some starter FAQs that you can include on your plans and pricing pages. And I'll tell you what, David, I'll start with this set of first 4 here, and then you take over and finish this off. And then we could take a look at an example of this on a live pricing and plans page. So a good question, if you're offering free and paid plans, or if you just have paid plans, the question could be like, what's the difference between the starter plan and the premium paid plan? And then you can explain all the difference, the benefits you get. So you want to explain the distinctions in terms of features, access to content. It could be visibility. Like, the answers to that question could be, if you want maximum visibility on our website, you should opt for the paid plan because you get X, Y, and Z. The free plan is great if you're only interested in Y. So a plan differentiation question is great. The next one here, can I change my plan at any time? This kind of lets them know that they're not locked into the first thing they sign up for, especially if they want to begin with a free plan and upgrade later. And you can even state that in your terms, the answer of the FAQ. You can change your plan at any time. Most users start with the free plan and quickly upgrade to the paid plan once they see the possibilities of what's available on our website. And of course, you can cancel anytime. Can I list multiple businesses under one account? This depends on what you've set up for your website. Brilliant Directories does offer the multi-member manager add-on, which allows one parent account to create sub-listings. So if you're a law firm and you have several locations, you can create a listing for each location as an example. But this kind of lets them know about what's possible and what they're getting with their account. This is a great one. Everyone should include this. What happens after I sign up? That people want to have reassurance of what happens after they sign up, whether it's free or paid. So outline the immediate steps. They'll receive a welcome email with instructions and showing them and explaining to them how to complete their profile and get the most out of your website. This is where we want to eliminate any concerns. And usually people's biggest concern is what happens after I submit my credit card on a website. They don't want ambiguity. They kind of want to know that everything is going to be what they expected from the start in their minds. So moving on to the next 4 here, I'll pass it over to you, David.
All right, so number 4 kind of ties into number 5. How can I edit my business listing? Again, people want to know what is actually possible after they sign up. So let them know how they can go about editing their business listing or their profile if it's just a standard community type website. What a lot of BD users have done is they've recorded a screen recording to actually walk through kind of the setup process of setting up a brand new member's profile so that they can be sure they're highlighting all of the really important and critical aspects of the profile and really showcasing what a complete profile would actually look like. Are featured listings available? If you have any sort of upsell services or products or advertising opportunities to your members, you definitely want to include this in the FAQ. It doesn't necessarily need to be front and center, all of your advertising opportunities on your pricing page. That might detract attention away from the plans themselves, but the FAQ section would certainly be a great place to highlight some of those additional advertising opportunities and revenue streams that you have. What types of businesses are suitable for your directory? This, I think, is a really important question to include in the FAQ, especially if you have a niche directory or one focused on a specific location. And it's always important to specify the location throughout the website on the homepage, using a hero image that reflects the specific location, things like that, so people understand that the website is targeted for a specific location. But you would definitely want to reinforce that in the FAQ, just so people totally understand that if they're outside of that location or outside of that industry, their membership listing might be denied. And lastly, what kind of support is available to members? Again, this is a really critical one. I think that every membership and directory site should include in their FAQ section, especially if you have paid plans, because if somebody's handing their credit card over to you and you're charging them a monthly or an annual fee, they want to know that if a problem occurs, if something comes up and they need to contact somebody on the other side, that there's actually somebody over there that is available and that they can talk to and is willing and able to help them. So it doesn't always have to be, phone support. You could always just reinforce that that your team is always available over email, or if you provide live chat, things like that. Something to just reinforce that there is actually people on the other side of the website managing it, taking care of everything, making sure it's all running smoothly, and is always there for the members should anything arise.
I want to come back to number 6 and 7 here. Are featured listings available? You're already upselling people right on your pricing page and letting them know that you are confident in your methods to provide them with higher visibility, whether it's on your website or additional online services to get them some online exposure. So number 6 is great because, again, it just doubles down on your confidence that you're providing a good service from the start, as well as additional services to help feature them, whether they're businesses or just members of your site. It could also be higher access to your site, higher levels of access to premium content. Number 7, I would reword actually it's good if you're a local business directory, but maybe you're just a membership site with members and, again, access to premium content. For number 7, you might want to say who benefits most from joining our website. So then you can the answer is you want to print the persona of the customers you're trying to attract, the members you're trying to attract. We'll stick with the business. If you're a local business in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and you're looking to find more ways to reach clients, you should join our site. If you're a horticulturalist and you're interested in flowers and connecting with like-minded people, then you should definitely join our site. So that number 7 is a good question, is who stands to benefit from joining our site? And just some bonus elements to add to your pricing page, just a few key things in addition to the FAQ. It's all about conversions. People come to your website, then they need to find your pricing and plans page or where to sign up at least. So we want it to be easily accessible. Simple membership plan options. The most simple membership plan option is one free sign up option. And then internally provide them with upgrade options. Otherwise, you can have several options. More established sites that are already known in industries usually have even more options, but sites that are just starting out and they want quicker conversion rates because people are not yet familiar with their brands, you want fewer and simpler membership plan options. Always outline the benefits of joining, and you don't need to itemize features of their listing. Instead of just talking about features, real benefits like increased online visibility and things like that. Not just your phone number will be listed on your profile, although those are good things to mention, but you don't need to itemize 50 different things that are available on their profile. Speak to broader points. Again, they'll absorb the information quicker and they'll be able to make a decision quicker because they're not reading through so much literature. A testimonial or 2 or 3 is great. People like to see social proof and other people who are succeeding with your product or service. So you can have a little blurb there, a picture of someone smiling, or logos of companies who are using your service. And then number 5, also overlooked on your pricing page, have a way for them to contact you with questions, uncertain about our plans. Click to chat with us now, click to contact us now. The simplest thing is just link them to your contact us page and they can go ahead and fill it out and contact you there. You can include forms if you need to on the page, but just a way to contact you. It could be simple as including a Google Voice number on that page and just having a mechanism and channel for them to reach out to you. Again, It will reduce abandonment rates. People who come there are quickly looking to ask a question and they can't, so they just leave the site altogether. And then one thing is also showcase an optimized sample listing. You can do that. You can create a decorated listing on your site for someone named John Smith or something of the sort, and just show what a decorated profile looks like. And you can use that in your marketing materials. If you don't want to make it an actual live profile on your site, you can create one and then just take a screenshot of it and turn it into a PDF. And you can create arrows pointing to the different features that are on the profile page, like your photo, your phone number, your address, a link to your website, things like that. So showcase an optimized listing in that manner. And then, as always, pricing pages, simple, clear, motivating, and credible. Those are the key things. So if someone has to read too much, they might have confusion and fatigue from looking and then come back later. All of these are actually in a previous webinar that we did, that last slide there. So yeah, we have another video on more tips on how to increase conversions on your pricing pages. So we'll drop a link to that previous tip of the week that we did. It looks like it's in there now. And then also let's take a look at a sample FAQ on a pricing page. Again, it doesn't need to be terribly fanciful. It could be very simple. And actually, we have a few more pro tips for you guys here. So here's a sample site we use for the webinar demo. And in the public main menu here, we actually have a Join Today menu item, and we've done a few things here. And I'll show you how we did it. We created a drop-down, so just some sublinks under this link here. We created one Express Sign Up Free, and that just links to the checkout page to join as a free member. So this is the free sign up form. In this case, it's called the local business listing, but it could just be free member registration or whatever, whatever free account you're offering your members. Put it right there. You don't even take them to a plans and pricing page. The next thing we do is we have a link to the plans and pricing page. This actually links to the same thing this red button links to. So we'll go plans and pricing. And well, this is just the default plans and pricing page that comes with a BD site. And the default page also includes FAQs, but here we've actually, and we'll share a link to this page, we've actually added the FAQs with some answers to these questions here. So I'll share this in the chat. That's great. And I'll show you a few things we did, because we actually, in this dropdown, we have a frequently asked questions link, and it directly links to the frequently asked questions on this page. We could see it jump down to this section here. And what would be great even is if we had a button here that said ready to sign up, choose plans, and it took you right back up to here. So let's take a look at some of the things we've done here, starting with the main menu and how we've done this, and then we'll come back to the FAQ section of this pricing plans page. So let's start from the main dashboard area, and we'll go to the main menu. So we'll go to Toolbox and Menu Manager, and we have our main menu here. So on our main menu, we have a few key links here: home, member directory, how it works, latest news. So before we just had Join Today, but what we did is we added a new link and we nested it underneath here, and we added Express Sign Up Free, and we're taking them to our free checkout page. It's /checkout, and then the ID number of a membership plan. So Express Sign Up Free, whatever you want to call it, you can be clever with it. And then paid plans and pricing, so they can see the plans and pricing available for your membership. And that just goes to our join page. And we can see this Join Today, that's the main link. It goes to the join page. And then we're going to frequently asked questions, which is join, and then with the hashtag FAQ. We covered this in a previous webinar. If you read blogs online, sometimes they have a table of contents at the top, and when you click on one of the links, it kind of scrolls down to that section of the article. That's the same logic we're doing here, and I'll show you how I created that link connection between the join page, hashtag FAQ, and then how it takes you to the FAQ section on the pricing page. So I'm going to leave the menu manager open for a moment, and what we'll do is we'll go to the web page builder, and we'll go to our pricing page. So here it is, pricing page. We'll go ahead and edit this. And in this, we're just posting 3 plans here, plan 1, 2, or 3. And if we scroll down, we can see frequently asked questions. So this is a heading. So if we highlight this, we can see that it's a heading 2. And when you're using a heading, we can right click on it and it asks for an ID tag to enter. So we've created an ID tag of FAQ. And that means when we create a link, hashtag FAQ, that link will jump down to this section. I'm going to change this link to JSON and we'll save the changes just so you can see how the functionality of how that works. Let me save the changes. Okay, great. So again, if I right click on this, we can see the ID tag is JSON. And what I'll do is I will change the main menu link for frequently asked questions, and we're going to take people to the join page, but we want to go to the section that is the ID JSON. So hashtag JSON, and I'll save the changes. Okay, great. Let's remove this empty menu item there. Okay, and let's refresh. Let's go to the home page and refresh. And we can see here, this wants to go, if we look at the bottom left of my screen there, it says go to the join page, but go to the section that has an ID called JSON. So I'll click this and we can see we are taken directly to the frequently asked questions area. So if we just want to, again, add more transparency, creating a drop down with maybe a couple join options here, we can certainly do that. And how I made this background red on the main menu while everything else is blue. We've also covered that in previous webinars. Well, here's the parent link in the main menu sequence. So it's the join today. If we toggle open the cogwheel here, we've given it a BG danger. That's a background of danger, and that corresponds to the button color in design settings. Let's go there together, and I'll just copy and paste that here. So what I did is in the menu item and outer LI, I added BD danger. And I'll share that in the chat there if anyone else wants to add that to a join button they have on their main menu. But if we go to our design settings and look at button colors, there's 6 default button colors: primary, success. They can be everything. In this case, danger, and it usually is red, but danger might be white on your site depending on your branding color. So in this case, the BG -danger is just going to pull this color here. It's just a quick way to color code things around your site very quickly. So that is how we made the join today red here. And let's take a look at some of these FAQs. Well, we did answer the questions here. So in the slides, we provided descriptions for some of these questions. Here, we actually added some real world suggestions for how to answer the questions asked in this section here. Quick tip, totally overlooked it. If you do not have the FAQ section on your pricing page where you can just kind of change out the FAQs, the questions and the answers, there is a pre-made element here. If you go to, I'm just looking at the web page builder here. If you look at the basic content blocks, one of them is an FAQ module. Basically what that means is it just kind of has the layout of the table cells, and you would just need to change the titles, the questions and the answers, and you can quickly have an FAQ section. If you need to add more, just keep dragging more of these underneath till you're satisfied with the number of spots. And of course, you can remove the duplicate titles if you need to. Those get dragged in when you're pulling in the FAQs. So you can have a quickly made FAQ section and then just swap out our default text here. And then David, is there anything else you wanted to add here?
I'll just add that we have a Google Doc now for the questions. If anybody wanted to copy and paste them, I'll put the link for that in the chat here.
Awesome, thank you so much. Yeah, and again, frequently asked questions, they can be technical questions about account management, canceling, upgrading, what happens after they sign up. But then you can also throw in questions that are related to, like, do you offer featured listings? Or, what's the difference between Yelp and joining your local business directory? And addressing those up front, again, really gives you the opportunity to give your brand a voice, as well as eliminate uncertainties and doubts.